Hey, how's it going? So we're going to be doing this one here. Now, this explanation is very confusing, so I'm going to have to explain it myself, right? So what I want you to do is that you are given an array of plates, right? So let's do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, this is the top and this is the bottom, right? So they're stacked on top of each other, right? So you can think about it as being stacked. Okay. What they want you to do is then they want you to take the plate from the top, right? Take the plate. So this is plate, right? And they want you to see, is it divisible by a prime number? So where does the prime number come from? Prime number comes from, you have to basically create an array of prime numbers up until 10,000. 10,000 is the constraint. You can either use a sieve or you can just use the array. So every prime number will come from an iteration, right? So that iteration is actually Q. So you see there is a question. Inside the question, we have the Q. And this is how many iterations you have to do on the prime numbers. All right, so you can think about the Q is equal to 3. These are prime numbers. Iteration 0, prime number is 2. Iteration 1, prime number is 3, and so forth. Okay, you can copy and paste the array. In my big Google Docs, you'll have answers to all HackerRank questions. So it's going to be in there. Just find it by the name. The name is going to be the waiter. Okay, so on iteration 1, prime number is going to be 2. So we put the 2 in here. And we start thinking, okay, so is 7 divisible by 2? No. So we're going to put it into, so we need to create 3 arrays. A is no, B is yes, and answers is going to be the final array, right? So is 7 divisible by 2? No. We put it at the bottom of the plate, of the stack, all right? So we push. We're going to be using push, right? 6 divisible by 2? Yes. 5 divisible by 2? No. 4 divisible by 2 is yes. And then 3 divisible by 2 is no. 2 divisible by 2 is yes. Okay. All right. So now you have 2 arrays, right? Now you have 2 arrays. One array is 6, 4, 2. And another array is 7, 5, 3. Right? Remember, this is the start of the array. This is the end of the array. Okay. So they are stacked from end to, because think of them as plates, right? You're actually physically putting in plates with numbers, right? So that's how they're going to be stacked. Okay. So now what they want us to do is they want us to take elements from the yes array and stack them in here, right? You're going to have to use dot pop all the time. So when you were moving plates from here to here, right, you were using dot pop. Every time you try to use, every time you move plates from anywhere, you have to use dot pop. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to use dot pop and transfer all the plates from here into our answers, right? So we're going to take 2, we're going to move it in here. We're going to take 4, we're going to move it in here. And we're going to take 6, and we're going to move it in here, right? So now you have answers. It's going to be 2, 4, 6. Remember that this is, I'm going to actually write it down. This is the start. start of array, start of array, and this is end of array. So remember, anything on the bottom is the start. Anything at the top is the end. And that's it. So now you have 2, 4, 6, right? What they want us to do next, is take this thing here. So that's going to be your new plates. So our Q was, so in here our Q was what? Q was 0, right? That's how we took the prime. Now Q is equal to 1. So our prime number is now, what is it? I think it's 3. Yes, it's 3. Okay, so our prime number is now 3. Okay, so that's the next round. So we'll do it this way, right? So the next round is 3 divisible by 3. We're gonna pop it and we're gonna put it into the B stack because it's yes. Is B divisible by 5? No. By 7? No. Again, this is the start, this is the end. Okay. So now we want to add this to our answers. So our answers so far are, we're gonna move this here. We're gonna add it to, here, I think, right? Yeah, we're gonna add it to here. Let me just make sure this is correct, right? Yeah, there it is. So you see we're stacking on top of the plates. So this is the start, this is the end, right? So our answers array is going to be now 2, 4, 6, and 3 is going to be at the end. Okay. So this round is now finished, right? We are going again. So Q is 3, right? So next Q is going to be 2. When Q is 2, prime number is going to be 5. And that's our remaining plates, right? So we're going to put them in here. Let me just mark them. I'll make this green, and this is going to be red. Okay. So now is 7 divisible by 5? No. We put it into the no stack. Is 5 divisible by 5? We put it into the yes stack. All right. So this is our plates answer so far. We're going to use that pop. We're going to put it on top, right? And now we're going to go into the next round. So far we have 2, 4. So this is going to be like this now. 5, right? 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, right? 2, 4, 6, 3, 5. There you go. You see? And then we'll go to final round, which is Q is equal to 3. So Q is 3. And prime number is probably 7, my guess would be, right? Yeah, prime number is 7. So we're going to take remaining plates. There's 1 plate, right? I should probably freeze this. Yeah, I'll just freeze this. There you go. All right, so we have prime number is 7, right? Naturally, 7 divisible by 7 is a yes. That's our plates so far. And we're going to take 7 and put it on top of the plates, right? So this is what it looks like. And that's what they want us to return. Ta-da, that's it. So it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, right? 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7. That's it, right? Now, there is one special condition. I'll show it to you right now, right? Is where there's only one iteration. when there's only one iteration, it's the same. It's the same, only I'll just remove everything. Okay, so what's the array? So start of array is 3, 4, 7, 6, 5. And our q is equal to 1. Now, when q is equal to 1, there's only one iteration, right? Not two. Because sometimes people think it's q equals or smaller, but it's only one. There's only one iteration here. So when q is equal to 0, right? Because we're doing one iteration, prime is 2, right? Because it's in here. Okay, so what are we doing? We're looking at plates. Is 5 divisible by 2? No, we put it in here. Is 6 divisible by 2? Yes, we put it in here. 7 divisible by 2? No, we put it on top of 5. Yes, put on top of 5, right? 3 is no. Okay. So now, again, we have two arrays. We have, so this is start, this is bottom. So we have 6 and 4 here, and we have 5, 7, and 3 in here. Remember, again, this is the start, this is the end, okay? So we want to use .pop and transfer the plates. So 6 will go on the bottom, right? So 6 is going to be here. And then we take 4 and we put it on top of 6. Right? Whoops, no, my apologies. We take from the top, which is going to be 4, right? We put it in here. And then we take 6 and we put it in here, right? That's our answers. This is the start of the array, this is the end. Now, the next thing what we want to do, if this A, like if Q has now finished iterating and this A still has plates in it, they want us to transfer the plates into here. All right, so we want to take from the top of the array and put it in here. Okay, so like this, and then like this. So your final answer is going to be, again, remember, this is the start, this is the end of the array. So your final answer is going to be 4, 6, 3, 7, 5. So 4, 4, 6, 3, 7, 5. 4, 6, 3, 7, 5. You see, that's the answer. Now, so the trick in here is to do the plate transfers by using the .pop. That's the trick. Basically, the whole exercise is just to teach you how to use .pop. And that's it. Okay? Okay. I know it's very, very confusing, but I'll try to do it with you, right? Okay. So let's restart the thing and let's do actual code to do this. Let the machine do it, right? Let the computer do it. All right, so now we have the list of all primes. Honestly, I've seen some people do it with, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna copy this, put it into actually, I already have a copy. Let's do, I don't know, up to 29. Let's just do it this way. So then you can like physically see it, you know? So we are doing 3, 4, 7, 6, 5, right? 3, 4, 7, 6, 5. 3, 4, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, that's the one we're doing. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to set up the answers array, probably, right? Let answer equal to empty array, right? Okay. Then we need to probably create an iteration. So for variable round. I call them rounds, right? Round equals to 0, where round is smaller but not equal to q. So this is how many. Remember how many q's we're going to be doing, right? And then we want round plus plus. So we want to write down here end of round for loop rounds, right? Okay. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Yeah, so we're gonna need to have an array. So we need to create 2 more arrays, right? So let b, which is gonna be yes array, because if it's divisible by prime, we want to put it to b, right? And we want to have a global array, which is called a yes, right? Why is it global, right? Why is it global? Because when q finishes, remember the condition where q finishes, if there is still something in it, we want to add it into the answer array. If we make it in here, if we make yes in this for loop scope, you will not be able to use it at the end, because once the for loop finishes, this array disappears, right? Now, at the end of every loop, we want a yes, of course, to be nothing, because we're going to be pushing into it, right? And if there are elements in it, naturally, it's going to start adding them. That's not what we want, all right? Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove this, and I'll show you the problem. I'll show you the problem, right? Then you'll understand why I'm doing, because that confused me in the beginning. That confused me, okay? 1 second, I'll be back. Okay, so I think, so this will be iterating, pushing into answers, right? Yeah, so I think we need to do a temp number array, because number.slice. Now we need this array. We basically need to make a copy of number array, because we are going to be using .pop, and .pop mutates the array. So if we're going to start iterating through number and mutating at the same time, it's going to get very messy. So we need this, and then we probably need the prime number, right? Let prime number equals to, so we're going to take this array here, and we're going to use round to iterate through it, right? So we're going to need primes. Now, I called it round, but I mean, it's probably confusing for you. You can call it whatever the hell you want. You can call it I, right? But I just called it round, or I don't know, iteration. Whatever you want. It makes no difference in here, right? But the goal is that this Q tells us how many rounds of this sorting we're going to be doing. And this will tell us also what prime number to use. Okay, so let's do, look, I'll show you, right? So prime number is 2 right now. You see, so like if we go with, let's say q is equal to 5, you'll see that it iterates through this array here, okay? But for this exercise, q is only 1. Okay, so now we have this done. Now we need to create another for loop. Variable I equals to 0, I smaller than number dot length, I plus plus. So now we're going to be going through number. It's also going to get a little bit confusing. Remember that at the end of this for loop number, we're going to assign, we're going to make numbers, whatever left in this. Oh, no. Yeah. Numbers at the end of this for loop are going to become whatever is left in the A array. A is no, right? My apologies. It's not yes, it's no. Okay, so that's it. So now we're gonna have a test. Let test equals to, so we take this array, which is a copy of a number array, and we're gonna dot pop off on from top of it, right? Because remember, dot pop. So let's look at this thing here, right? Dot. So this is the start of the array. This is the end. So dot. Let me just make it into an array, honestly, so you'll be able to see it, right? So this array physically in the machine looks like this: 4, 7, 6, 5, right? So dot pop is going to take what's at the end, which is exactly what we need, right? So now the prime number is 2, right? Because it's in here, right? So this is what the machine is going to do. Is 5 divisible by 2? No. Put the plate in here. Yes. Put the plate in here. No. Put the plate on top of the no. Yeah. Yes. Put the plate in here. No. Put the plate in here. This will leave us with 2 arrays. One array is going to be 6, 4, because this is the bottom, this is the start, and 5, 7, 3. 5, 7, 3. All right, so now let the thing do it, right? So if test is divisible by the prime number is equal to 0, we want be yes dot push test. Yeah. So we're and remember, like when you're popping something off, right? When you're popping off the array, you actually have access to that number. So this is something, if you don't know how pop works, you have to learn it for this exercise to work. Okay. So if test divided by prime number is not equal to 0, we want to no push test. Okay, so at the end of this iteration, so this is the end of the end of for loop I. So at the end of this, we can see what's inside RB, and so we can see what's inside of these two, right? So we can console log b yes, and we can then console log a no. So do you remember I told you that we're gonna have a array with 6, 4, 5, 7, 3. So 6, 4, 5, 7, 3. There they are. So now the next step is we want to take elements from the yes array, right, and transfer them to the answers, right? So we want to use dot pop again, right? So we're gonna take the 4, gonna go at the bottom, 6 is gonna go at the top. All right, so now we're gonna have answers is gonna be 4, 6. Okay, so the way to do that is, so while b yes dot length does not equal to 0, right? We're gonna be popping element from the b yes and adding it into answers, right? So we're gonna have answers dot push b yes dot pop. Now this is very confusing code, right? Maybe I'll just do it this way. You'll be able to see it better than. Let test, I don't know, test 2 is equal to b yes dot pop. So I'm gonna console log, and then we're gonna do answers dot push test 2. Because remember, when you are popping something off, so we popped 4 and 6, you have access to that number, right? So you can just push it into the array. Okay. And then the final thing, right? So now we've done this with this step here. Okay. Now what they want us to do is they want us to go to the next round and make number array equal to 375. Okay. So that's what they want us to do, right? So at the end of this, we wanted to make a not answer, but the number equals to a no. Okay. So now here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? Because we already finished the for loop, right? If we look at our answers, console log answer, right? We have 4, 6 in it, and we are already at the end of our queue because queue is 1, right? So now we need to somehow get the numbers out of a no, right? Which is 573, and add them to answers, right? So this will be 375. So 375 should be in here. The problem is because we created a local scope variable, we have no access to it, right? So we unfortunately gonna have to move this into here. And at the end of every iteration, make a no into a empty array, right? Because right now, you see, we're gonna have access. Well, I'll show you the problem. 1 second. You see, if we look, if we console log a no, it will say it's undefined, right? You see the problem? Because it's in the local scope, it's in here, but it still has elements in it, right? Because it's in here. You see, so we need to make it global scope. So let a no equals to like so, and then at the start of every iteration, we're gonna just make it into an empty array so we can push elements into it, right? So now you see a no is 573, but because this loop has now finished, it is not being converted into an empty array. Now, I hope you know what local and global scope means in JavaScript, right? Otherwise, you're in trouble, right? You'll be in trouble at your work, right? So now we just need to go through a no and add it into our answers, right? So again, we do the while a no dot length does not equal to 0. We do answer dot push a no dot pop, and that's it. That's your solution basically. And now if we console log answers, we should have, whoops, wrong one. So if we go to our thingy explanation here, so remember, right? Because iterations have now finished, we're in the next round of plates, right? And our answers are this. We want to take the plates from the top and put them at the bottom, like this, right? 7, 5. We're using dot pop, right? So that's how you get, this is the start of the array, this is the end, 4, 6, 3, 7, 5. And this is our answer, I think, right? 4, 6, 3, 7, 5. That's it, right? And then finally return answer, and that's your solution. Done. Now, normally the best thing to do is to get rid of console logs because it slows down the system. And let's hope that this array of prime numbers is actually enough to pass the test. Let's just do the test real quick. Whoa, wrong answers. Okay. Where do we make a mistake? Where did I make the mistake? One sec. So round is Q. Yeah, that's correct, right? Okay. Yeah, that's correct. I'm just comparing it to my solution I already had because I don't want to start digging it here, you know. Okay. Then well, B length yes. Answer that push. Yeah, B.yes pop correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Oh, I think the prime numbers are the problem. I think this array is just too small. Yeah, because I don't see the error in the code. That's probably because the array is too small. No, we're gonna have to put the big one in. Oh man, that's gonna be annoying. All right, so here we go. Yeah, it's the array that's the problem. Okay, boys, unfortunately, you cannot do it with a small. You cannot do it with a small array. You have to do it with a big one, up to 10,000, right? So I'm gonna copy and paste the whole array. Actually, I'll just copy and paste the whole solution into a separate Google Docs, so you have access to it. You will also have access to all the solutions on HackerRank while I'm working through them. So, yep. So that's how you do it. All right. I hope this was useful. Take care.